Lagos is a city of dreams, where the streets glitter with promise and the nights glow with opportunity. Yemisi had always known she was destined for more than the dusty streets of the mainland. From childhood, she watched the wealthy women of Lekki and Victoria Island step out of their luxury cars, their skin glowing, their designer bags swaying, their lives seemingly perfect. She vowed that one day, she would join them. After finishing school, she made the bold move, packing her bags and heading to the island. Her first challenge was securing a place to stay, but that was easy. An older friend, Bimp, who had already made her way into the League of Lagos Big Girls, offered her a place to crash. Bimp and her friends lived in a serviced apartment in Ikoyi, funded by rich men who adored them. Yemisi was determined to join their ranks. But first, there was a price to pay. "You need the body, babe," Bimp told her one evening, sipping on expensive wine in their lavish apartment. Lagos men don't play. They want perfection. Hips, ass, a snatched waist. Bimp and her clique, Tolu and Shade, contributed money for Yemisi's liposuction. She went under the knife, emerging with a new body that turned heads everywhere she went. It was like magic. The moment she healed, doors opened. Yemisi was suddenly in demand at every exclusive party. The soft life she craved was finally hers. Weeks turned to months, and Yemisi mastered the game quickly. She became an expert at spotting the wealthiest men, avoiding the talkers and targeting the spenders. She studied their preferences, what perfumes turned them on, what kind of lingerie they liked. She was no longer a learner, she was a boss in the business of seduction. But her rise came with jealousy. Bimp and the girls noticed that Yemisi was becoming bigger than them. She was outshining them at every turn, attending elite parties they could only dream of. The same men who once doted on them now flocked around Yemisi, showering her with gifts, booking her vacations, and buying her designer clothes. Then came Chief Okon, a billionaire in his 60s. He was known for his generosity but also for his ruthlessness. He took a special liking to Yemisi, spoiling her beyond her wildest dreams. A luxury penthouse, a brand new Mercedes, a diamond-studded Rolex, it was the peak of her achievements. The other girls seethed with envy. One night, while at an exclusive yacht party, Yemisi received a cryptic message from an unknown number: "You've stepped on the wrong toes. Watch your back." She laughed it off. Who would dare come for her? She was untouchable now. Or so she thought. Things started to get strange. First, her bank account was frozen without explanation. Then, the penthouse she had grown accustomed to was taken back overnight. Chief Okon stopped picking her calls. When she confronted him at an event, he acted like he didn't know her. Bimp and the girls watched with smug smiles. They had set her up. But that was only the beginning. Desperate to figure out what went wrong, Yemisi reached out to another influential man she had been entertaining on the side, Alhaji Musa. He agreed to help, inviting her over to his private lodge in Banana Island. That was the last time anyone saw Yemisi. Days turned into weeks. There was no trace of her. Bimp and the girls assumed she had fled in shame. But whispers spread across the city, stories of ritualists, of disappearances linked to Alhaji Musa's circle. The police raided his lodge, but there was no sign of Yemisi. Until a fisherman in Ape found something floating in the water, a dismembered body, missing its head and fingers. The face was unrecognizable, but the body had a distinctive feature: surgical scars from liposuction. Lagos was shocked. Social media went wild. The flashy city girl who once ruled the elite social scene had met a grisly end. Bimp, Tolu, and Shade attended her candlelight vigil, pretending to mourn. But deep down, they knew Lagos was a battlefield, and Yemisi had been another casualty of the fast life. And still, the parties continued. The game never stopped. But there was one last twist. Months later, just as the story of Yemisi was beginning to fade, strange things began to happen. Bimp started having nightmares, visions of Yemisi, drenched in water, whispering her name. Tolu's business collapsed overnight, and Shade found herself in a horrific car accident that left her with a permanent limp. The whispers in the city changed. Some said Yemisi's spirit had returned for vengeance. One by one, those who had set her up began to disappear under mysterious circumstances. Bimp was found unconscious in her apartment, muttering Yemisi's name. Tolu vanished without a trace. Shade was last seen running down the street in terror, screaming that someone was chasing her, though no one else could see anything. The legend of Yemisi grew. Some say she never really died, that she had been reborn into the shadows of Lagos, watching, waiting. Others believed her ghost now roamed the city, searching for the ones who had betrayed her. Whatever the truth was, one thing was clear: no one who crossed Yemisi ever prospered again. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please like, share and subscribe for more amazing stories like this.